Hello friends. I'm making this video because lots of my friends and my clients was going through an intense transformation in the past 2-3 weeks and even now. And some people don't understand what is happening. And I stopped posting for almost a month because I myself was going through what felt like death and then a rebirth. And the transformation was taking place that I was aware of on cellular level, but really even deeper on the level of DNA. The genetics was changing. Especially the culminating moment was the solar eclipse and the new moon in Taurus last Sunday. So to me that was a completion of this, but the 2 weeks leading to it felt like I was completely drained, no energy. I couldn't do anything. I had to focus solely on myself. And in the beginning, when I was not ready, I had to force myself to still do the routine stuff. And then I gave up and I said, no, that's it. And I went to the natural preserve here in the woods, basically, by myself. I couldn't talk to anyone. No communication with the world, and I tuned on to the vibration of the earth, of the nature, because the earth itself is transporting itself from third density to the fourth, from the third chakra consciousness, which is ego but self, to the consciousness of the Christ, which is the fourth density, the fourth chakra. You're probably familiar, but that transformation for many people feels like near-death experience. And for me, I literally felt like I was dying and I had to let go of holding on to whatever I was holding on to in the third density. So all my old attachments had to be burned, and I had to consciously give them away, give them in, to let go. Whatever I was holding on, consciously, unconsciously, on cellular and even genetic level, we're holding on to this old. I had to let go. And for a moment there, laying under these trees by myself, I was scared because I was literally, okay, I'm dying right now. And then I'm like, it's okay. I'm not ready yet to leave this plane yet completely. I still have lots of work and responsibilities here on a higher level, assisting lots of people, including my children. But what came to mind was the process in which Don Juan, if you read the books of Carlos Castaneda, the Don Juan, the teacher, the shaman, he describes his process of being born as a shaman from a man who was just socially accepted like a regular guy. And when he decided to do it, he went to the desert, he dug a hole for himself, a grave. He went to the grave, he covered himself with sand, and he was laying there for I don't know how long, but he literally had to simulate his death. And I remembered that scene from the books when I was laying there, and I'm like, listen, this is it. Like, I really have to let myself go. And a few days after, my body started to regenerate again and vibrate differently. So what I noticed, the difference I noticed in myself, is definitely more awareness, more peace. My focus is more pure, and there is no so much this thoughts, it's rushing, and I have to do this and this and this and this. So it's always like obligations that the mind, the survival mind, keep pumping on. You have to do this, you have to do that. I am more in tune with my inner being, and I now don't act unless I am completely propelled by my soul. So my alignment with my soul path and the callings of my soul is so much more clear now. So that's the clarity. And the shift have happened on body and the mind, body-mind complex, the whole thing upgraded itself. It was something like shifted and got purified. Also, I turned completely raw vegan. Like I eat only living foods. I start sprouting, salads, fruit, vegetables, everything raw. A little bit of like bread or something like cooked vegetables sometimes, just to give my body, that little time to adjust. But my body's craving more high vibrational foods, bee pollen, fresh bee pollen with fruits, honey, nuts, greens, everything that's from nature. So, and that helped me. This diet have helped my transformation to go much faster, and I just can't eat any dead foods anymore. It's very, even if I have some, I feel so heavy, and it's like I feel the depth and heaviness in my body, and it doesn't belong to my body anymore. So that was huge, because I used to eat just regular, healthy, but like a regular diet. So what else? The nature of thoughts have changed for sure. The awareness of my thinking process, and really focusing on what I want instead of like dwelling on all this old like regrets or some, this mind racing, that got, I wouldn't say completely erased, but I have so much more control over that unconscious process. So that mind parasite that sucks so much energy when you keep this repetitive thoughts negative thinking, that cleared massively. I mean, that was really what was taking lots of energy away from me and keeping me in a low vibration too. So that was huge. I sleep way better now too. And the channeling process, it was already easy for me to communicate with my soul, but the depth to which I go to the trance during my meditation is really deep. And it's, again, the clarity of the messages and visions is on a different level too. So, I mean, I really, I feel like a different person. It's very subtle. I look the same, but essentially my soul is me, but my being in this reality on earth, that shifted. Again, very subtle, almost like the DNA got like shifted, and I feel like I'm more light and less matter now. And I know that from this really deep change, more changes will emerge little by little. It's like, when the seed is changed, altered naturally, not genetically engineered, but naturally in accordance with the evolution of this planet and evolution of my own soul, when it naturally, the flower of my beingness is just so beautiful. Or like, I don't know, another one is, you know, in Barbie, if you ever saw this Barbie movies when, you know, the fairy, she did some kind of quest and now she got the new wings and it's so beautiful. Like, I feel like I got a pair of new wings that is now like more rainbow, more colors, more light. So that's what happened. And I know the transformation can be painful, and maybe you're going through it right now, but just let go with it, let it happen, let go of the fears that hold you back, surrender to the process, trust the process, and you will emerge as a more powerful, more supernatural, more magical person. That's another thing, the magical abilities of my manifestation abilities definitely have shifted too, and I really, really notice how it's easier for me to do it. And how I do it, I have many different classes on my website, different methods, but it's an internal process. It's really hard to describe. Like, I can give you a technique and you can follow the technique and then you become more magical. Yeah, then you learn. But how it happens in you and what shifts, it's different for everybody, and it's really hard to describe it, and you have to feel it, and it will happen, but you need to do the techniques for that, of course. So another thing, new teachers came to my life. One of them is Vadim Zeland. He's a Russian teacher, and his channeled method is called Transurfing, or how to create your realities. He goes in depth of the process, and I highly recommend him. Also, Jose Silva showed up too. Like, I've heard of him a lot and I was planning, but now I'm actually listening to the audiobooks. And it's in the same realm of controlling your mind, the techniques of mind control and basically manifestation. So this is what's happening right now with lots of people on Earth. So don't be afraid of process. Embrace the process for yourself. Go with it, and you will be greatly rewarded just for letting go. All right. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.